we are going to introduce what I believe is chapter 4 of your textbook, and it talks about jobs and professions. Now, the benefit of this chapter is that it talks about most of the vocabulary and articles and reading passages and exercises focus on what goes around in jobs and professions, and that includes seeking jobs, working in a job, looking for a job, quitting from a job, anything that relates to getting or working in some sort of profession. Okay, anything related. So, in that sense, we are going to introduce some stuff that I hope will be useful to you. So let's say that you want to write about yourself, and what we mean by that is usually when someone applies for a job, they are usually asked to give an application, or submit an application, or do an interview maybe with the people involved in accepting you as an employee in their establishment. Right. So sometimes you're going to be asked to write something about yourself. Not a lot of people really like to do this, know how to do it, and most people actually have problems doing it because they really don't know what to say about themselves. You yourself might have a lot to say about a lot of people, your friends, your relatives, your siblings, your peers who work with you, your colleagues at work. You might have lots and lots and lots to say about those people, but when it comes to you, well, there's a problem. You don't know what to say. And these are the kind of questions or kind of requests that you're asked to provide when you apply for a job, such as saying, asking, what have you accomplished in the past 2 years? You know, this question might appear on an application somewhere, and you might find it very difficult to answer because, I don't know, nothing. I haven't accomplished anything in the past 2 years, and at first, it might actually, I hope that's not true, but at first, that might be your initial response, you know. But if you really think about it, I mean, you probably did some social service, you probably worked on a personal project, you wrote a book, you read some specialized book, you've learned a new profession, a new skill, maybe a few of those, and these are very interesting things about you that you might think that people might find them totally uninteresting. You see, another request would be such as something like, tell us about yourself that will help us know you better. So, tell me about yourself. You might begin with your name and where you were born, but it's really important that you don't focus on your childhood or something. Tell us something more that would make us know you better. After giving that kind of background about your studies and your skills, These people probably would like to know if you're athletic, for instance, and you are competitive, and you competed with someone, or and you beat them, or you came close to beating them. That you've worked in a team, perhaps, and you've achieved a lot with the team. You were probably the leader of the team. You know, all of these things might sound to you as trivial and totally unimportant, but really, when someone wants to employ you, they want to know what kind of person you are. Are you a leader type? Are you an efficient type? Are you a punctual type? You know, these are things that employers actually look for. So indeed, they are difficult. So these are responses that you should avoid. You shouldn't actually respond by using those, such as saying, I've only been hanging out and playing soccer. In response to the question, what have you been doing for the past 2 years, it's not a good idea to say, I've only been hanging out and playing soccer. That's totally not good. That's not appealing. That's not a good idea to say to someone who is giving you, or you're having a job interview with. Right. Another thing not good to say, and to avoid, really, I've been spending all my time in English class. Or I just watched TV all day and didn't do much. Oh my goodness. If you say this, then you're probably not going to get the job. It would be probably very, very difficult to get the job. So I don't know, last one, I don't know what to say. I haven't thought about it. You see, that's just lazy. You know, you're being honest, you see. Yes, in the last sentence, I don't know what to say. I haven't thought about it. Yes, you're being honest. Your honesty is appreciated. But then again, and you're nice and you're kind and what have you, but then again, that's lazy. Why? Is it because you don't want to think? You don't want to take the time to think? You see, that should be avoided. Useful vocabulary that you really, really might find very, very useful. And we'll just go through them together. Ambitious, sociable, creative, disciplined, enthusiastic, hardworking, jealous, aggressive, selfless, difficult, a good sense of humor, even someone has a good sense of humor, self-confident, agreeable, moody, untrustworthy, cold, sensitive, generous, irresponsible, and optimistic. What are these? These are words and expressions, and some of them are positive and some of them are negative. So here's what we're going to do. We want to look at the positive and the negative. When it comes to the positive, we're just going to put a tick like that. And if it's negative, such as jealous, that's an X. Okay. So ambitious is a positive word. Sociable is a positive word. Creative, disciplined, enthusiastic, hardworking, but jealous. Jealous is not a positive word. It's a negative word. Aggressive, my goodness, that is very, very negative. Selfless, selfless is good. Selfish is negative, but selfless is good. Difficult, negative. A good sense of humor, that means you're funny, you're approachable, you smile, and you're good, you know, you're a good friend, and people, you make people happy. That means you have a good sense of humor, so it's positive. Self-confident, very positive. Agreeable, moody, that's not good. That's, you know, having mood swings every now and then is just not good. Last slide is untrustworthy, definitely. not good, negative, cold, negative, sensitive. Sensitive, when someone's sensitive, that means you take everything personally. When someone talks to you, you just feel, you get angry, you become upset when anything whatsoever is said to you, and that's not good. To be sensitive, that's not good. So, generous, that's very good. Irresponsible, of course, a negative word, and optimistic, a positive word. Okay, these are a very good set. This is a very good set of vocabulary and expressions that you really could use in talking about yourself or others. Try to use them, understand them, and and actually know them, because they are very important to you and for your future endeavor in, you know, specializing in English, and it's a good list to start with. So please take this list seriously, spelling and understanding and usage, please. And beyond that, we would like to stop here. This is a very short lecture, I know, but it's what's been planned for. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in lecture 11. Thank you.